With the winter freeze upon us, it's important to make sure our bird friends are fed over the cold months. So with answers on how to bring all the hummingbirds to our yards, it's Master Gardener Ciscoe Morris. Hello again, my friend.
Oh la la, so nice to be here.
So nice to have you. So first off, what is this plant called that we're working with today?
Isn't this amazingly
It
fragrant?
smells so good.
You cut one little branch off and put it in the back room, and everybody thinks somebody's getting married in your house. You know, it's like, oh la la. So this is called Sarcococca. This one's Ciscoe. There's two kinds. There's one called Hookeriana humus that stays real low grown, but this guy can get 4 feet tall. But people call it sweet box. And for people that know boxwoods, everybody uses for hedges,
right,
which is not my favorite plant because they always look horrible. But this is a beautiful relative of that. It's,
wow.
So this comes from China, and just I love the dark green of the leaves.
Know.
And my God, does it bloom.
It really does. And so where would you plant something like where does this thrive the best in?
Well, this is so important. It has to go in shade.
Oh.
So look at this.
I know. What happened here, Ciscoe? Was this you?
In sun.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope the neighbor didn't see me snipping this.
Okay, so this was not a Ciscoe faulty situation.
No, I
this
didn't
was
do
a
it.
neighbor.
But yeah, if you plant these in sun, they just turn the ugliest yellow you've ever seen. They could take deep shade and they're drought tolerant.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Oh my gosh. So as far as caring for it then, just thinking about the shade and not overwatering it too much, or what's some of the care?
Yeah, I don't water it very often.
Right.
And the only way you could overwater this is if it was growing in clay.
Okay.
But it'll grow in clay, but you don't want to hardly water it if it is. You know? You always have to water a plant till it gets deep roots. Once they've done that, you don't need, a plant like this, you don't need to water much.
And why do hummingbirds love this plant so much too?
Well, it's a good question, because according to most experts, no one's sure. Nobody thinks hummingbirds can smell.
Oh.
Almost no bird has a sense of smell. But newest research is starting to think maybe they can smell a bit.
And something this fragrant, that's what I'm wondering. I mean.
But, and the Anna hummingbirds are, they're these really cool hummingbirds with a big red gorget head right now.
Yeah.
And those birds stay year-round. They've only been doing that since the 1970s. And so they are constantly looking for food in winter because, they got to have a lot. They also eat a lot of bugs, interestingly.
Gosh. And with the freezing weather, too, is that something that we need to think about, too, with our plants like this one, or just plants in general with how cold it's been, too?
Oh, yeah. Now, this guy can go to 10 below zero.
Oh.
So we don't have to worry about this guy.
This plant is the one to get.
That's another good thing, because some of the plants that I feed my hummingbirds with in winter, because I travel a lot, I don't want to hang up a feeder and have a house sitter have to take care of it. So some of those, the flowers get frozen off.
Yeah.
But this guy, no problem. It blooms for about 2 months at least. So it's going to keep the hummingbirds fat and happy for a while,
Oh.
You should see them. They're all over this
I
thing.
bet. I mean, I'm all over that. I want this in my living room. You're going to show me, too, how to prune it, right? How to take care of this
Okay,
baby.
grab those pruners.
Okay, we got the pruners.
There's 2 ways you could prune them. You can cut that right there.
Just right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can just chop away, but you don't want to turn this into a ball or something.
Yeah.
Look how much prettier it is as it is. So what you do is, if I was going to prune this, I'd cut this way down here.
Down here you would?
Yep. So
is there any
so I'll be the plant.
Okay, and then here.
There. Yep.
Boom.
So okay, now you've cut that down there. So there'll be some that you leave tall, some that you cut short, and so you get this natural look on it.
Oh gosh. Okay,
yeah,
so
it's
again,
cool.
down here.
Yeah, and what you always want to cut right above a leaf.
Right above a leaf.
Down farther.
Down farther.
There you go, right there.
Why is that?
That's because
boom.
That's because when you leave a plant in the ground like this, you don't want a stub. So this thing's a stub right here.
Yeah.
Let's see, I'll get a bigger one and show it. And we'll make a big...
thick. Here's a thick one.
Yeah, and this has got a stub because I cut this off quick to show on TV this morning. Don't tell anybody I did this. But see this stub right here?
Right.
All right, so actually I've got doing this mixed up, but if this is in the plant still and you cut it to where there's no leaf here, and you got this stub, this might die back. If there's no leaf, there's no reason for the plant to send food and water up there.
Okay.
So this part could die and then it might get a disease. So you always cut right above a leaf so that the food and water goes to that leaf and it'll probably send out some new branches.
Oh, you always have the best tips. Any other final tips with just how cold it's been for what we need to be doing to our plants?
Well, I think it's going to warm up a little, but watch the King 5 10-day forecast.
Yes.
And even hourly, but if we get in the 20s or something, you might put some stakes around a plant that's tender, one that you notice always gets hammered by the cold, throw a sheet over it.
Okay.
And then as soon as it warms up, get that sheet off, because a sheet can kill a plant if you leave it on too long. But that can raise the temperature 8 degrees.
Oh my gosh, who knew?
Yeah,
You're the best.
But don't forget to put the stakes, because if it snows...
True. It's like a tent. Put the stakes down. They're there for a reason. I know from experience. Thank you so much, as always, my
you betcha,
friend. You're
Kelly.
the best.